Hello and welcome to Talkin Baseball. It is the midweek episode. We are going to give you the Jomboy All-League team, and we had an awesome conversation with maybe All-Star Jesse Winker. Yes, All-Star. Go vote for him, punks. Hello and welcome to Talkin Baseball. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. I got Jake sitting next to me. I got Trevor in California and BBD producing his big butt away in the corner. Brought to you by DraftKings. As always, Trev, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Did you just say BBD has a big butt?
Well, big butt, big baby Davis, but I was going to say his big butt Dewey for like BBD, but I thought, no, that wouldn't land because it doesn't make sense. So I took away the D.
Okay. Well, you look good.
Is there a synonym for away that starts with a D? Producing, BBD producing his big butt today. There's no word there.
That wasn't another word. That was today with a D at the front.
Yeah, well, I tried away with a D at the front. I'm asking.
We'll figure it out.
I'll Google synonyms for away. How you doing, Trev?
Yeah.
I'm doing great, man. We had an excellent conversation with our guy Jess. It's a lot of fun. Had some fun facts going on there. We had an Eskimo brother together, so that's cool.
Preview.
But I'm doing good, man. I'm excited to talk about the all-league team. This is a very hot topic. Whenever you put this out, Jim, we're going to get some blowback. We're going to get some people applauding you, some people wanting to call your parents and do whatever they do. So I'm excited.
A lot of people, when we do the all-league team, seem to think that their opinion matters.
Ooh.
When it's my goddamn team. Well, now it's our team, but
Wow,
they can make their own.
Yeah. Make your own team.
Like, don't just get mad at mine. Just make your own and say, here's mine. And then I won't read it, and then we'll go on our way.
Yeah.
And a cinnamon is his big butt Delseware.
Okay.
That works.
I've been reading this book with Teddy where there's a cop, and in the book, whenever there's a word with an H, he doesn't pronounce the H. And then the words that don't have an H, he puts an H in front of them. It's very hard to read this.
The cop does that, or Teddy does it?
Danny. No, in the book, the cop actually does it. I thought you'd really like that, actually.
Did you say it's a Roald Dahl book?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Like Danny?
I've read a lot of Roald Dahl books when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's the one him and his dad poach pheasants.
I don't know if I've read that one. Must have missed it.
You think Jimmy would like? You think Jimmy would like the H thing because of his speech impediment past, dude?
Yes.
That's a little messed up.
I'm with him. I'm pretty mad that I missed this. I once went with my aunt, who's a teacher, and I said, "Can you buy me all the Roald Dahl books?" And she bought me like a ton. I read all of them. You know which one I didn't like? Big Friendly Giant. I bounced out of that early.
I think Big Friendly Giant is the sequel to the Danny book. I'm not 100% sure on that.
BFG.
Danny, the champion of the world?
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Roald Dahl, by the way, go check out his Wikipedia. We always talk about baseball reference pages. Go check out Roald Dahl's Wikipedia. The guy is it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
He's done a lot.
His adult short stories are graphic, too. Two sides to him. Jake, how are you doing?
I'm good. Obviously a big Roald Dahl fan. That's actually a middle name. Close to my middle name. Just missing an N. I'm good, man. Winker's awesome. Excited to do the all Jomboy media team. People are really going to love the Winker interview. He let it rip. At one point, he alluded to me being fat, knew my nickname was Rocky. So, we covered everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's get right into this. There are some that are easy. They cannot be debated. There's other that are a little tougher, so we got to figure some things out. This is brought to you by Roman. Wow. Roman is, they're working with us big time, so we are big Roman fans here, as are you at home. Go to getroman.com/talkin now to get $15 off your first month. Your first month of what, Jake? Yeah. Well, with Roman, you can get a free online evaluation and ongoing care for ED, which stands for?
Erectile dysfunction.
all from the comfort and privacy of your home. A U.S. licensed healthcare professional will work with you to find the best treatment plan. If medication is appropriate, it ships to you free. With 2-day shipping, the whole process is straightforward and discreet. Getting started is simple. Just go to GetRoman.com/Talkin and complete an online visit. Take care of your ED without leaving home. Complete an online visit today to connect with the doctor and take care of it. So go to GetRoman.com/Talkin and get $15 off your first month. Look, there's a straightforward way to take care of your ED. GetRoman.com/Talkin. No G. Talkin. Get started now to save $15 on your first month of treatment. Cool. Let's start in the American League. Quick reminder, after April, it was Vladimir Guerrero Jr. After April and May, it was Vladdy Jr. And after April, May, and June, the first baseman for the American League, all Jomboy Media team, is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Unstoppable.
Next. Not a convo.
All right, second baseman is a combo. I didn't expect it to be. After April, I gave it to Nick Solak. It was real, wide open. April plus May, Marcus Semien was a runaway. April, May, and June, it's tight. And I should say, there's 2 months of June left that we're doing this today because otherwise we would have had it done it on July 7th and no one would have cared anymore. So, we understand that. 2 days missing. So maybe this can be decided in the next 2 days.
Yeah.
But it's Marcus Semien. He's there, but Jose Altuve is sneaking up on him. I'm interested to get your thoughts on this, Trev and Jake. Semien has a higher WAR, 3.1 to Altuve's 2.9. But Altuve has a higher batting average, a higher on-base percentage, a higher OPS, a higher OPS plus. Semien has a higher slugging. Semien has hit 1 more home run than Altuve. He has 18. Altuve has 17.
Stolen bases, Semien 9-2. It's tight.
It's very tight. So we're going to have to cast a vote, I guess. Trev, what are your thoughts on these two?
They are tight. All the statistics are very tight. The one that Marcus does lead in by quite a bit is total bases and stolen bases, like you're saying. So I think the edge has to go to Marcus. He is leading in Fangraphs WAR. He did make the position switch too, which I think's got to count for something. Maybe not necessarily in the voters' eyes, but in my eyes it does, and this is my vote. So I'm going to give it to Marcus, and I will say that Jose, I'm happy to see him having a really good year. 17 homers. I didn't know he had 17 damn homers. So that even surprised me, but he's been crushing it. But I think Marcus has the edge. I think that's the right choice. Man,
talk about being between two guys here. Did Altuve get hurt? What's the games difference? Because Semien has played 9 more games. I know that games difference. I'm asking why. Because if it's just natural rest days, part of me leans Semien, and I don't.
It looks like natural.
So Altuve hasn't been hurt. He's just played 9 less games, and we know the Jays run that lineup out there. That's part of the reason we love them. Man, this is as tight as it can be, and I think what I'm leaning, because I wanted to do this with some other positions, if you were on the team, I kind of want to reward that.
There is an injury. I was looking at Semien.
Okay.
It looks like he missed mid-April, April 13th to April 26th. He didn't play any time in between then.
Golly gee willikers.
You know what I'm looking at to cast my vote?
I don't know.
It's so close that I'm looking at who has more hitless, walkless games.
Oh, you love stuff like that.
Loves that. Daily impact.
Yeah, I don't think it's crazy to like that, though.
It's not.
Hitless, walkless
No one said
games.
Crazy.
HWG. Hoog.
14 for Semien. I think it was less for Altuve.
Played less games.
Yeah.
Jake, what's your vote?
Man,
it's 12 for Altuve, 14 for Semien, but Altuve's played less games. I'm giving it to Semien.
Yeah, I think I'd stay Simeon. I like rewarding guys. If you were on the all Jomboy media team and you
have a bit of loyalty.
Yes. So I think Simeon stays.
Okay. All right. That's real.
That's
sorry,
as tight
Altuve.
as it gets.
Yeah. I mean, I was searching
That's as
to make
tight
it
as
as balanced as a decision as I could. Congrats to Simeon. Congrats to the Blue Jays. They get the right side of the infield after 3 months.
Let's go.
All right. Let's move on to shortstop. This is another conversation in the AL. I gave it to Correa after April. After April plus May, I gave it to Bogarts, and now it's between the two of them. It's even closer, I think, than the last one. Bogarts has a 3.7 WAR. Correa has a 3.8 WAR. They've both played 74 games. I like that. They've both had the same exact amount of at-bats. I like that. So we have a pretty good basis for judging here. Correa has, or Bogarts has a higher batting average, a higher slugging, and a higher OPS. Correa has the higher on-base percentage, which gives him the highest OPS plus, as well as the park factor not being in Fenway. So Correa's grounded into 10 more double plays. Correa has not stolen any bases. Xander has stolen 5. Correa's hit more home runs than Xander. Xander's hit more doubles than Correa. It's so close.
Is he a Xander, or can he also be a Zonder?
Ooh.
I've always heard Xander.
That's him poaching on Ion.
Well,
Anderson.
no, that's yeah.
No,
I'm not saying what you actually pronounce it as. I'm saying what we can pronounce it as. I kind of want to see him as a Zonder.
Zonder. That probably gets us in
so
trouble
close.
because we're Yankee fans. So if you want to do that, Trev, you can. I'm gonna go full field because I can't even, because both of these guys have held down the spot for all drawn by media. Eileen Correa, I think they both provide a similar fear factor offensively in the box. Defensively, I would rather have Correa. I think he makes some special plays that I don't think Bogarts does. So, sorry. Hate me, Red Sox fans.
Wow.
I'm also going Correa. And this is so close, you could obviously go either way. The thing I'm looking at is 43 walks already. 43 walks to 53 strikeouts. I like that ratio. So
hitless and walkless games, it's 10-11.
Hoog.
Nuts.
Woog.
I guess I just call them offers. Like did not. Well, you can reach on error, fielder's choice, but man. 10 for Xander, 11 for Correa. You guys both voted for Correa, so my vote does not matter, but I would have leaned, I don't know. I just saw Correa play shortstop, and he made some errors, and I think that's a good insight into how the...
Bogarts or Correa?
Bogarts. Sorry. I think that's good insight to how, like, the beat reporters actually vote for Gold Glove and shit. Like, well, I saw the 2 games. He made some errors. Not him. It's like, oh, they played 162. So I hate that it seeped into my brain.
Sure.
But... Correa, just for his ability to turn a relay. For now.
Ooh.
He's the best relay turner ever. They send him out to right field, even though he's a shortstop, to turn the relay.
I feel like Bo Bichette's close. I've actually seen a few
Earn your
different
stripes.
relays.
You got to earn that. for a
Earn your
little bit.
stripes.
Do they send Bo out to shallow right field to turn it?
Have you seen when Bo throws what his hair does?
Mm.
It's so nice.
Hot.
All right, we got an easy one. American League third baseman, all league Jomboy team. After April, it was Devers. After April and May, it was Devers. And after April, May, and June, it is Rafael Devers. He has a 145 OPS plus. He's got a 919 OPS. He's got 19 home runs thus far. He is your starting third baseman for the all league team.
24 years old.
Whoops.
All right, this is a fun one, Trev, because I would have bet we would have had movement at this position, the catcher for the American League. It was Perez after April. After April plus May, I didn't say who we chose. Who did we choose?
I think we ultimately picked Zunino, but it was.
I voted for Perez. You guys voted
We
for
picked
debate.
Zunino, and then Salvi Perez the next 2 games after the episode hit multi-homer games. So it looked like Salvi was a listener that was about to run away. But
yeah. Okay,
the cream rised.
Let me delete Perez from that so I remember next month. Zunino had a terrible month, I thought. At least he was having a terrible month, but the overall numbers, he's top of the list. It's Mike Zunino. He's got a 134 OPS plus, highest among the catchers, 834 OPS, highest among the catchers, 16 home runs. He hung tough. I didn't see that coming.
Z.
The catcher position is so strange, dude. It is so strange. It's all going to change when they get robo-umps. That entire position is going to change, and we're going to see a bunch of bangers back there.
I mean, the start of the month for Zunino was awful. He was 2 for 24 in his first 10 games. But he did pick it up a little bit in his last 7 that helped him balance it out. He's been good his last 8 games. 4 more home runs, 1 OPS. So Zunino gets it. It was close, but...
And the AL catching is starting to get fun. Trev's former student, Gary Sanchez, has gotten going. Sean Murphy out in Oakland, a guy that a lot of people like coming in the season. Slow start. He's starting to go, I think, on both sides of the ball. So that's going to be – that position will change next month. Docket.
Okay, I like it. All right.
Do you think – real quick, sorry. Do you think – I'm being serious about this – Robo zone comes in. Catchers don't have to worry about framing, none of that stuff. Nobody on base. They're trying to save their legs so they can be hitters. Do you think we're going to see anybody just like literally sitting down on their butt?
Bucket.
Jake has said that
there will be a bucket under catchers in our lifetime.
I think Jake said
like
that 2 years ago.
Savers will be back.
Yeah. I think there's going to have a little catcher chair.
They're not going to have a freaking chair.
They're going to have a chair.
They're going to do something. It's going to be, this position is going to look completely different in whatever it is, 3 or 4 years, whenever the robo-umps come in.
All right. So in outfielders, we don't do by position, just 3 outfielders. After April, it was Buxton, Trout, Cedric Mullins. After April and May, it was Adolis Garcia, Aaron Judge, and Ramon Laureano. After April, May, and June, Cedric Mullins back on top. He has the highest OPS plus, the highest OPS, the highest WAR of all American League outfielders, which is kind of crazy. Good for him. Next up is Aaron Judge, and then Jake and I put Adolis Garcia third. We both kind of looked at it, and both our brains said, well, it's Adolis. So that's the 3. Any thoughts there, Trev?
I love the Cedric Mullins story. Just stopped hitting right-handed.
Yeah.
Just stopped.
Done.
Like, that's awesome to me.
Yep.
So I'm happy. That's a great storyline. I hope he gets to start in the All-Star game. I saw somewhere he's not even a finalist, which is kind of crazy. So if you're watching this, go vote for Cedric Mullins in the All-Star game, because it's wild that he's not. He's leading in everything.
Yeah.
Might be able to. I don't know.
Well, it's the All-Star game, not the All-League team.
Yeah, it's not the JM All-League.
So that's why Ohtani doesn't make it.
I think Mullins is a finalist for outfielders, but I don't think he currently has it as the starting spot.
Gotcha.
Wait, is he?
He's a finalist, but that means he's one of the 9 outfielders.
And then we'll mention Ohtani because obviously he needs to be mentioned, but like he didn't per position doesn't. I don't know,
what do we do?
DH.
Do we can he be like the 3rd outfielder?
I don't care.
Like, can you put him over Adolis?
Utility. You put a utility guy there.
It's not a...
Because that's what's awesome about Ohtani is he's literally making you create a brand new category because we don't know how to put him in an all-star team because he's not the best DH, he's not the best pitcher, but he's the best player. Like, he's the MVP. Weird.
Yeah, I mean, he's on the list. Like, I put him on the list so people wouldn't cry, but like I don't know where you put him because you can put him at DH if we want a DH. He's got better numbers than JD.
DH. AL.
I just looked at his numbers. I didn't know he had a 1 daughter.
He's sick.
He's awesome. Yeah. Put him at DH.
118 miles an hour off the bat yesterday.
DH. Ohtani. Boom.
Jesus.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Kyle Gibson is our starting pitcher.
Woo! Elrond.
Gibby has the best ERA, and that's kind of all that matters when you look at results of pitching. He also has the most games started out of the top three. It's like Lance Lynn, Rodon, and Rodon and
Lynn, Cole,
Gibby. Yeah. So Gibby's a star.
Gibby's
a full half WAR ahead of everybody else, according to Baseball Reference.
Sexual.
Yeah, and awesome. Yeah. All right, Jake, you want to walk us through the National League?
National League, couple spots weren't up for discussion. Buster Posey behind the dish, still doing it. How's your 968 OPS? Jesus.
Crazy.
Nuts. Max Muncy, that funky Muncy, still has first base, locked up, a 3 WAR.
And he had it after last month, too.
Yeah, running it back. Those guys kind of weren't up for discussion. The same 2 guys at second base are up for discussion, and this is where I was referencing my going with what we went with. Second base, Adam Frazier and the Crone Zone are neck and neck. Last month we went with Frazier because the offensive stats do speak louder. It's a 330 batting average, 399 on base, 871 OPS, a 142 OPS plus. That being said, Cronenworth is right there, a 137 OPS plus. He has power. He's got 12 homers. Frazier has 4. Same amount of play appearances, which we decided we liked earlier. My heart leans Frazier just because in today's baseball to have a 330 batting average, that speaks a little bit. I think it's still flip a coin, and that's where I wanted to pass. Let Frazier stay for now. Crone, you got to take it.
Cronenworth has 17 no-hit, no-walk games, and Frazier had like 10 or 11, so he wins the my stat.
Woog.
Yeah.
So you guys are both taking Frazier?
Yeah. And it's not crazy. Like, he's higher.
Yeah. I mean,
I
think I would have leaned I would have leaned Cronenworth, but you can't go wrong with either of these guys.
Because of the home runs?
Probably just like you talked about, Jim. I've seen him play more.
Oh, okay.
I've seen him make some awesome plays. I did some breakdowns and some of the stuff that the Padres do. So I've just seen him more.
Yep.
That's where I don't know. Frazier's day and out defense versus Crone Zone.
Frazier's numbers, I mean, he's got 330 batting average, almost a 400 OBP. He is higher in all of those numbers, and he's got less, whatever we're calling my walks hits. No walks hits.
Frazier stays. He was
every
there.
Day. Okay.
He moves on. Guy named Nando at shortstop. We had to look back to see if he did have it last month because he knew he started taking off. He did, and he's just flat out run away with it. A 697 slugging, Trev. 1.074 OPS. The dude is sick in the head.
200 OPS plus.
He's a monster.
It's him and Vladdy running away with the offensive numbers like across all of baseball.
And they're young, people have stated. We have another funky one at third base. I have another lean on it. I'll try not to give it away. Third base in the National League, we have decided for now, Chris Bryant is going back. He played 8 games at third base this month. We're not being fully influenced by the All-Star voting, but he has played some third base. And it's actually his most played single position. He has equal splits between left field and right field. Chris Bryant has technically played his most games at a single position at third base. So it comes down to Chris Bryant, Nolan Arenado, and Justin Turner. Bootstrap Bills boy, just out of nowhere doing JT thing. So I'll let you guys talk about it. I have a slight lean, but it's open.
I like Turner. He's got all the numbers.
All offensive numbers. I mean, not all, but yeah, I don't know, man. This is another really tough
Turner
one,
could pick it too, right?
I lean Turner as well. Glue guy too. Not just a performer on the field, good clubhouse guy. Been there, reigning champ, like Turner all the way, man.
He's got less hitless, walkless as well.
Turner picks it, not at Arenado's level, obviously. He makes plays. And yeah, I mean, Nolan, like, it's there for the taking, and you haven't taken it. So I love JT there. People are talking about that Dodgers infield.
Yeah, Nolan's got the doubles and the home runs.
Nolan's going to have a big second half. You got to win it, though, kid.
I like Turner. I mean, he's got the slash line.
Turner stays. How about Posey, Muncy, Frazier, Tatis, Turner? Around the horn there. Love that. And then in the outfield, I do think there's 3 that stand out. There is one guy punching from the outside, but Castellanos, Acuna, and Winker, and Brian Reynolds. Holy Toledo, did he have a month with a little 311, 397, 925 OPS. He is there for discussion, and what happened last month, we had Castellanos, Winker, Bryant, with Bryant going to third. That could have taken all the Acuna lovers out of the comment section. But I don't know, guy. I mean, there's a Brian Reynolds argument probably, but I'm not into it.
If you look at Chris Bryant as an outfielder, these 3 are better than him, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Also true.
So that makes it easier to do this. Yeah, I for me, it's the Reds and Acuna.
And that's a fun little outfield.
Yeah.
I hate just doing that because, I just haven't watched any of the Pirates games, and I feel like that's tough, but it's also their fault. So
Call up
I will
Kotak.
say yes. Call up Kotak. I'll start freaking watching, but I will say yes. 2 Reds and a Brave. I'm in.
Offensively, I think it's easy.
I think Brian Reynolds, awesome for you to enter this conversation, dude. And if you do another month of that, like, I think you're going to have it because the offensive stats there, and I think,
Oh, shit. He's like a way better player than I even think
man.
about. Reynolds is a pretty freaking good player.
He's a ball player.
How about the Pirates having 2?
Him and Key Bryan. And, well, we'll see what they do with Frazier, but they have some pieces. Like, if they... Cole Tucker.
Jake, you didn't vote for your Vandy boy?
I mean, Trev, I want Brian to keep going. Castellanos and Winker were there. They hold. They stay. Winners stay.
Okay.
Winners stay.
Fully overtake.
You got to get beat.
Yeah.
You got to get beat.
What do they say? Go Doors?
Go Doors. VU. Go Doors.
Say doors down.
Anchor the fuck down.
Yeah. Wow. DeGrom's your National League starter.
Gibby all day.
Good.
And we scrapped relievers because that's boring.
We'll do them at the end of the year. Have a season.
So there you go. Go get mad.
Get mad. Tweet all your angry comments at
Hey,
Big Baby
managers,
David.
managers.
Gabe Kapler,
Big butt elsewhere.
Gabe Kapler, both teams.
Yep. That's exactly the answer I was looking for. Gabe Kapler.
Well, actually, it's Philly Gabe is going to manage the AL.
Hey, come on.
Well, you know the difference because of the sunglasses.
Yeah. There was this is a deep cut that you guys don't know. There was a season of MTV's The Challenge where CT was split personality. During the competitions, he was like aviators and like athletic wear and like a big mean guy. And then in the house, he would wear reading glasses and flannel button-ups and read books and talk all quietly. That's Gabe Kapler, Philly Gabe, San Francisco Gabe. 2 different parts of his personality coming out. Yeah. So
Can I make one point before we end the show?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Before we kick it to Jesse.
Joe Girardi, you guys told me, was a bullpen whisperer. He's now resided over 2 of the worst bullpens in MLB history. So he's not a bullpen whisperer.
I didn't say he could create bullpen talent. I said he could manage it when he has it.
Jimmy kind of said that. I never really said anything.
Well, I mean, he was known.
Turns out it helps when you have Mariano Rivera in your bullpen. That's what it turns out.
And all the setup guys. But yeah, he was good at keeping him fresh. That was like his best skill. It was. It's a big worry now. It was never a worry. All right. Next up, a chat with Jomboy Media All-League outfielder for the National League, Jesse Winker.
Baseball.
We are joined by, you may know him from the Cincinnati Reds. You also may know him from the Riders. We are joined by Jesse Winker. Jesse, what's up, dude? Vroom, vroom, brother.
How you guys doing? What's up? Shout out the Riders.
Shout out the Riders. We're good. We want to join the Riders. Can you maybe explain us a little more? Because we have it written down on paper, but I feel like the words would help.
Yeah, so I'm not the guy who's going to accept you. It goes down to Tucker Barnhart, Sonny Gray, and Wade Miley, and Gino Suarez. You have to come on a ride. Okay. You have to either get us on the road or come to Cincinnati, and we have to go get on these Lime or Bird scooters, and we have to see how you ride, how you move in and out of traffic, and how you adjust to adversity. It's a very, very exclusive group. But everybody is a rider. So just think about that for a second. And, we're welcome to new members. So if you really want to be a part of the Riders, we'll accept you, but you just have to come, play the part.
Now, for anyone that's not caught up on the Riders, you guys, when you go city to city, pick up the scooters for the duration of the series, and that's how you transport to and from the games, correct?
No.
Okay.
False.
Okay.
Some cities like Denver, where's another one? Colorado was like one of the original cities where we started riding. But anywhere that has the stadium close to the hotel, we'll ride. But if not, like St. Louis, you can't ride those scooters from, where do we stay? Over in Clayton, over to downtown St. Louis. It's just too far, so you have to take the bus. But if you're riding the bus, you're still a rider. So we wake up in the morning, we'll go ride around the city and go to breakfast, and that's kind of where it started. And it's cool. And everybody who is in the rider, I guess we'll say gang, because I don't want to say club. Mm-hmm. They've done the part, and they've gone on a ride with us in the morning.
So what?
I got to say,
what brand are you using? Sorry, because when Jake was a lift guy, I was a Bird, whatever they're called.
So I used Lime. A couple of guys have used Bird. When we were out in San Diego, San Diego is another great one to ride to the field.
It's one of the best.
Arguably one of the best rides I've ever been on was in San Diego. But there's one out there called VEO, and they actually had seats on them, which was pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie, but I would love for like Lime or Bird or somebody to kind of just sponsor the Riders. It'd be unbelievable. We have our little Cincinnati Riders logo, and we have bat decals on our bats. It's a really big deal. Everybody's starting to do our little, I guess, sign. It's we got it going on.
So go ahead, Trev.
Okay, sorry. I have to bring it full circle here, because when I was in Cincinnati, and I think I was with the Phillies at the time, I birded all over downtown Cincinnati, and you're going to love this. I ended up at the mall or like Nordstrom's or something. Guess who I run into there? Tucker freaking Barnhart.
Tucker B.
Member of the Riders.
Yeah, OG rider.
So I feel like maybe I'm already part of the Riders since that happened.
You're not.
We clarified that.
Yeah,
I had to ask.
But that's okay. You guys are podcasters. That's your thing. That's your thing, and we're the Riders. So
I thought everyone's a rider though.
Well, everyone rides.
Everyone rides.
Not everyone's a rider.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm in now. I get it.
Nailed it.
No, you're still not in.
You're still not in. Well, but I have
Tucker remembers that beautiful shopping experience we had together. So whatever, I still have that. Okay.
Yeah, you guys were shoppers in that moment, not riders.
Not riders.
Unless you were riding around on a scooter in the mall, which no one thinks you were.
You wouldn't do that.
Probably illegal. Wouldn't suggest that. Yeah. But you're not a rider.
So, has there been a teammate? I have two questions. One, has there been a teammate wanted to be a rider, got himself a scooter, and you guys were so iffy about his form, the way he handled traffic?
Oh man, yeah. There is one, and he just comes right to mind. It kind of hurts me to say this, but it's Amir Garrett.
Wow.
He's too big. He's way too big.
It's a big body on a scooter, but he's a rider. He is in. It just took him a little bit extra time to get in. He had a couple slip ups. I'm not going to expose him on this, but he is officially a rider. He's a part of it, but it just took him a little bit of time. But it was a big body. That's a big frame on a scooter. And if there's like extensions, like handlebar extensions, he could be a prime candidate for those.
Rider's not a big man's game. I get that.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
Before we get to some serious stuff, we're going to get you to the All-Star game vote, and everyone's going to go vote for you. We're going to talk about that. I didn't prep you for this question, so watch out. Okay.
Did you prep them for others? What are you prepping our guests?
Right. I didn't prep.
I just want to let everybody know I wasn't prepped. I was not prepped.
I didn't get the sheet either.
I need a genuine reaction here.
If there was a text or an email, you sent it to the wrong guy.
I need a genuine reaction here, okay? I asked everybody who's teammates with this guy about him, and I need a general reaction, a genuine reaction. Tell me about Scott Heineman. Tell me what kind of guy he is. Look at that.
Yeah, he's awesome. Heineman is awesome. I think the best way to describe him is he's an electric factory.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's awesome, man. He's a great guy, great energy, and a great baseball player on top of that. Fun guy to be around. And he's a good time, man. He's a good dude. Big fan of Scott Heineman for sure. He does some batting stances, man. Have you seen his batting stances? They are phenomenal. So he's a good one.
Okay, he'll love that.
Yeah.
Well, we covered Heineman, we covered the Riders. We could talk a little bit of baseball, and then we'll get to Trev's other serious topics.
I could talk Riders for a little bit longer, but we can.
Dude, I used to charge scoots, bro. Don't even bring up my riding history.
Yeah, well, what if you guys run into another team and they're riding as well?
The Riders for now.
Is there an Anchorman scene?
No, yeah. It's a standoff. I would love for anybody to come try the Riders. That's all I want to say.
Okay.
I would love it. I would love nothing more than that.
Well, not if Amir's there. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, let's get you to the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Right?
He's a rider. Amir's a rider. So if anybody wants to mess with him, just mess with the Riders. Amir's gonna be there.
Well, we're gonna get you to Denver for the All-Star game. Our entire company is gonna be there. We'll be forming a rider posse.
Ooh.
You form an All-Star crew, and maybe we'll meet up somewhere in Denver.
Street fight.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll call that a maybe. RSVP maybe.
It's
Jesse.
Heavy no.
Okay. Still pencil in the maybe. Jesse, you can hit, dude. We are baseball nerds. You mentioned Trevor Plouffe is known as a podcaster. That's all we are. None of us did anything before this. Dude, your baseball reference is a form of pornography for a lot of baseball fans. I mean, dude, 290, 385, 890 OPS as a 27-year-old. And, man, we said it earlier this year, and now people are starting to learn because, the Reds, the Riders, and Castellanos is doing it too. And, dude, you can hit, bro. How's it going this year? Does this feel like, last year you had the 60 games and you put it together for all 60, but it was a 60-game season. Does this year feel like the Jesse Winker year, or do you already feel fully established? I don't know what the question is.
Do I?
I think first off, I'm going to say thank you.
No,
I feel like
no problem.
I have to say thank you for everything. I appreciate that. And in regards to everything else, I don't know. I just feel like on the back half of 2019, so the second half of 2019, I started to make some adjustments at the plate, and I kind of just started. I had some guidance, from our coaching staff in 19, and then in 20 as well, and I just started kind of, figuring, tinkering with things and trying to make it kind of my own, I guess. And then with that, and then just some things, with playing the game, you learn about yourself, you learn about opposing teams, you learn about opposing pitchers. I want to just say it's a culmination of everything. And then just getting older and a little bit more mature, just a little bit more mature, not a lot. I just think it's those things all in one, and just trying to compete every day and be a tough out.
Like that.
You definitely are. I did a breakdown of some of the mechanical changes you did, because not only am I a podcaster, I'm also a YouTube star. So
yeah, hold on. And I wanted to. I see we're going back to the podcaster thing. Obviously, Trevor, I know your career as well. It was fun to watch you do your thing, and I hope we're all not going to get offended by that.
No, I'm not offended at all.
Okay,
no, thank you for that. But no, I obviously noticed the mechanical changes prior to 2020. You were a little bit more crouched down, kind of like more of a standard batting, stance. And now you have like the thing that I always tell people, you can tell when a guy's confident in himself because you're just kind of leaning back now. You're more upright. And when you guys get more upright, that just means they're like confident and locked in. Was there like a specific moment where you're like, fuck it, I'm just going to go do this? Like, what prompted that change in your stance?
So last year, we're in Cleveland, and in 19 I started standing up taller, like you said, and in 20 we were in Cleveland, and I was close. Like I was on some pitches. I was just missing, and we're in Cleveland, and it was actually a game. I remember Clevenger was pitching, and it kind of started there. I kind of just started going, like you said, I used to crouch forward, so I started going. Let's go the opposite way. Like I'm just gonna lean back. And it was just like a comfort thing, a feel thing, and I really liked it. And then we went to Milwaukee after that, and we came home and played Kansas City right after that, and it kind of I just stuck with it. Like it just, for me as a hitter, I said this the other day, like I just want to stand in the box as comfortable as I can on a daily basis. And for me, I feel like that allows me to give the best chance it gives me my best chance to have a great AB by doing that. And that's all I'm trying to do is just give a great AB. Obviously, it's a very, very challenging sport, and I just want to try to be as competitive as I can on a daily basis, and I feel like that provides me my best shot.
Love that.
Beautiful.
The Reds have been a hodgepodge for characters in the last 3 years, and like crazy storylines. I mean, you have Votto, you had Puig come through, you had Bauer come through. Yeah, you have Amir, like you were saying, yourself. You've had some fun with fans. You got Castellanos now. How is that? I mean, we heard the Amir Garrett quotes and the Votto quotes, about like being swaggy and all that stuff. But how much do you guys lean into that? How much have you enjoyed having all of these characters come through the clubhouse the last couple of years, or be in the clubhouse?
It's been great. Every guy you mentioned is, fun to play along, like fun to play alongside, and great to learn from, and it's a good time. But we all want to win games. We all want to get back to the playoffs, and we got a taste of it last year, and that's what this game's about: is getting into the postseason and giving yourself a chance to win a ring. So we're all kind of focused on that goal, and just trying to win as much as we can in the meantime.
Is there a guy that I didn't mention that, maybe the public doesn't know, and you're like, well, actually, that dude in the clubhouse is the funniest or the most out there or wild guy?
Let me tell you, Wade Miley is one of the funniest teammates I've ever been around in my life. He's not like a crazy guy or anything, but he's just hilarious. He's done it at a high level for a really, really long time. He threw a no-no earlier in the year. He's just an unbelievable teammate and a really, really awesome guy to be around, and brings a lot of energy, especially on his start days. And he keeps telling me he's going to hit a ball into the Allegheny River when we're at home. And I keep telling him that's not the Allegheny River.
I'll prove you wrong one day.
Need that.
Yeah. So if he hits it into the Allegheny standing at home plate in Great American, I'd be really impressed. That I don't even know how far that is or what he has to do to get it there, but it'll be cool.
Jeez, Wade having a hell of a year too. Go get it, Wade. Yeah. Wade Miley pod. How about it?
Yeah, he's an absolute stud, man. He's fun.
Was there a moment this year? It's June 1st. You guys are 24 and 29. Was there any like looking around, because that's June, that's when teams start talking trade, stuff like that. You guys reel off, I think you go 11 and 2, something like that. Was there any looking around, or was there any change in the clubhouse dynamic, or is it more what you're saying? I mean, day in, day out, go do your thing and trust it, and you're going to get wins.
I think you just hit the nail on the head. There wasn't ever really, there was no, I don't want to there was no panic by any means, but there was obviously we wanted to start winning, right? Being 24-29 isn't what we wanted to do. So we kind of just started, doing the extra little things it took to win some games. There was big moments in all of those games, whether it was a hit or a defensive play or a strikeout or a block ball or something was happening that, the ball was kind of just bouncing our way, and that's baseball, right? So you don't get too high and you don't get too low. It's so cliche, but it's so true, right? Especially with a 162 game season, coming off last year where it was such a sprint, this is obvious. We're back in the marathon now. So it's just kind of keep chipping away at it. And, you can't go on a winning streak without winning the day anyway. So that was kind of just what we were doing. It was just kind of task at hand and, playing some good baseball.
Love that.
Are you excited to go back to Citi Field?
I can't wait.
Do you think the fans have a memory?
Why.
Do you think that
I mean, that was damn near 3 years ago.
I know, but you,
now, right?
yeah. It was May of 2019, but I looked. I was like, has he been back since? So if anyone doesn't remember,
haven't. But
you guys won on a nice catch to end the game, and you waved goodbye to the crowd. The next day, you get ejected, and the crowd waves goodbye to you, and that's the last time you've been there. So I wonder if that's obviously the broadcast will be reminding people, but I wonder if the fans in the outfield will remember, and it should be pretty fun.
It should be fun.
You should wave hello. I think to just acknowledge it, soften the blow, and just say let's do it again, and just wave hello as you take the field.
You think is that what you think I should do?
Yeah. I think then it's playful.
That or double birds.
Yeah.
The double bird play. The double bird.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? It was a fun little exchange. New York. I love New York City. New Yorkers are awesome, and I appreciate the banter. But yeah, like you said, they clearly won that one. I was the one that got ejected, and they got the last laugh. And it was a lot of fun, though. I'm looking forward to. I love Citi Field. I love going there and playing. It's always a great atmosphere. They obviously have a really, outstanding team, and it'll be fun to play there for sure. And if they want to wave to me, I'll definitely have to give them a wave and a smile back. It was a good time for sure.
Not a Scooter City though. I think I want to find the Reds splits, Scooter City versus non-Scooter City.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like that.
We were talking about that yesterday. So thank you for the memo. It's not a Scooter City.
Yeah.
No, if they put scooters in Manhattan or New York City, it would just be a lot of dead people every day.
That's sad and dark, and this took a turn.
It's true.
But what about travel? What if we had portable travel electric scooters?
I think you can get from the chop shops in the parking lot.
I've been eyeing one myself.
Yeah, Jake has been eyeing one.
The only part of my walk, I live right above a subway station, so to get to the office, there is a little uphill climb, and I go to a Dunkin' Donuts sometimes. I would love to leave a scooter there and just drive it up and down the hill. They are getting more popular in the city, the personal ones, but yeah, having lived in Denver, it would be a dangerous game if those were just on street corners. It would be a bad time.
Yeah, you're right. No, there's a lot of people, jammed in there. That's a good point. But do your thing. And maybe if Dunkin' Donuts is an everyday thing, maybe that walk up to Dunkin' isn't a bad play,
I like where your head's at, Jess. Thank you.
This is water weight.
Yeah.
I believe it. And I hear you got a big fight coming up, so we can cut that.
One good sweat. Yeah. One good sweat.
Drag the bike into the steam
Jake,
room,
very
throw some
body
garbage
confident.
bags, and he's good.
Enough about me.
Next question, Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
What else you got for me?
I got it all, man.
We have some questions from our patrons. We have some patrons that support us, and we always tell them who we're going to be chatting with and give them a chance to ask some questions. So this comes from Nate Steele, who's our resident Angels fans. It's an easy one. He says, "Is the wink emoji your favorite or least favorite emoji?"
Ooh.
Oh, classic one.
Mm-hmm.
Its last name's Winker.
Yes.
I like it. It's cool. I like the winking emoji. It's not my favorite emoji, but it's whatever.
It works. Yeah, what's your favorite?
Yeah. Eggplant, right?
Nice. No, not.
No, that's Jake's.
Probably
I also like that one.
I like the fire emoji.
Ooh,
I think that's a good one. I think I like the 100. It's probably my 2 most frequently used emojis. Try to stay away from them.
Those are just good times. That's why.
Yeah, the Cincinnati Reds are fire and 100 emoji for sure.
Yeah.
I see that being sent a lot in the group text. Boom, boom.
It's
boom.
a positive vibe, the positive vibe emoji right there.
This question from Sam Tedeschi kind of goes with the Mets stuff. Is there any specific fan interaction heckles you remember from over the years, and what's typically a rowdier crowd, MLB outfield fans or minor league outfield fans on Dollar Beer Night?
Ooh, yeah. So that's a great question. There's a couple. So we just played in San Diego. That was a good. They were at full capacity. I think they had 45,000 people at the games when we were there, and that's a lot of people. And there was really, really cool fan interactions there. Really good crowds. To be honest with you, the more people, it's kind of hard to hear because there's a constant buzz. So, they're yelling things at you, and I'll turn around and they'll be like, making hand gestures at me. And I'll be like, I don't know what you're saying. I can't really hear you. I'm not here to hear you. I'm actually here to play. Right. But no, it's usually always, the classic, stuff. Dollar Beer Night in the bushes was definitely interesting. You get some college kids out there that, those college tough guys out there in the outfield, of course. After all the Mets stuff, Kevin Clancy from Barstool, he was, he got on me pretty good. It was really funny. I'd like to go on his, I think he has a podcast. I'd like to go on his podcast one day and chop it up, and we could talk about that. And I guess kind of, put water under the bridge there and move on from it.
Flood
once
it.
And for all.
Yeah, more water on the bridge.
Yeah, unless you give them the double bird.
Yeah. The bridge is going smooth. Let's just leave the water off the bridge for a while, We're good. No, but I remember the Mets stuff was hilarious. They I'm pretty sure there was a couple Mets fans who called my parents and prank called my parents. Yeah, I don't even know how they got their numbers, but that was pretty cool. It's always been fun for me. I have 2 older brothers. So growing up, we were kind of always talking shit to each other. And it's just kind of how I was raised, playing sports in the neighborhood with everybody. So it's just still, I guess it's just me having fun,
They're ball players as well?
Yeah, my oldest brother, he went to Mercer, and then he got drafted by the Dodgers, and he played a little bit. He could hit, but he just dealt with some fluke injuries. And then my other brother, Ryan, he played, but he's dealt with Crohn's disease for most of his life. So it was kind of hard for him to, pursue baseball with dealing with Crohn's disease. But, they're both great. They're both awesome dudes, and they support me, and I wouldn't be here without them. So I appreciate both of them.
What's the bloodline? Is Dad a ball player too?
Mom and Dad both love baseball, but there's no bloodline. I guess I'm the bloodline now that I think about it. But I wouldn't be here without the 4 people we just mentioned. There was so much sacrifice for me. Especially early on, when you're in high school, all the travel ball and all the circuit stuff, it's a lot of money, to kind of be able to go around the country and play baseball. And, my family made it happen for me. And, I look forward to kind of getting to repay them for that, because I'm forever grateful for that. And I'm lucky that I have such a good core of people behind me kind of pushing me. So
Trev, you're a big bro guy. I mean, did you ever get prank calls to your parents' house? What's speaking to you right now?
I never pissed any fan bases off enough that they looked up my parents' phone number. That's for sure. That's.
I don't know how they. One. I don't know how they figured that
Someone
out. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got them.
Maybe it was your folks. Maybe they leaked it just to get a little. Maybe they wanted to feed off of it.
Maybe it's like old beef from another parent in school. They got out the 2004 Buzz book and called your parents up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Under the guise of Mets hatred.
Yeah, I don't know how they got it, but it was impressive. It's one thing like if you could go in the phone book, like you mentioned, look up like our house phone, but we don't have those anymore.
Yeah,
so the fact that they found my parents' cell phone numbers, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But shout out whoever did that. I still don't know who did it, but good by you.
It's
1-0.
It's always
you
weird.
won. You won.
I got a call from a private number the other day, and it was just porn. They're just holding their phone up to porn. Shit.
This is the second time you guys mentioned porn.
That was my fault.
So I'm starting to figure out what you guys are about.
Well, Jake was just talking about him pleasing himself to your stats earlier on. So I don't know,
How'd you know my nickname was Rocky?
Yeah, how did you know that?
That's another thing. Well,
he just called you Rocky Balboa.
No. My nickname is Rocky.
Trivia question. You and Trevor Plouffe, I cross-checked both your books.
Wow.
There's one name in both of your books.
Oh, wow.
Either of you have any guesses?
Let's see.
American League or National League?
Well,
okay.
I don't know. I don't know the years. So
we didn't cross over too much because
that helps. Helpful
your first
tip
year
so
was
far.
7. Your first year was 17, right?
Yeah.
And that was when I started to just.
But
be
there's
a
still
very
some
bad
pitchers that are
baseball
still
player.
pitching, Trev.
Yeah, I have no idea, man.
All right, he's in the
How about lefty or righty? That might be a good one.
All right. Well, he's a righty, and he
Okay.
is currently in the American League.
Okay.
James, I've hit so many home
Yeah,
runs.
that's
How am
a
I
good
supposed
point.
to just do one?
Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to try to guess this. Righty in the American League.
Hell righty.
Been around a little while.
I can give you, you know what I'll do? I'll give you dates.
Ooh.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, this might actually help.
All right.
Unlike the other tips.
Wanker, you clipped him in 2020. So I'll just go years first.
Okay.
Trev, you clipped him in 2011.
Ooh, so we got some
Oh my
range.
God, I was a junior in high school.
Okay.
2011.
So it's
Yeah.
got to be.
I was a junior in high school, and you were hitting show pumps.
That's right, baby.
That's right, baby. That's what it do.
2011.
Jesse, you got him on a first pitch, 0-0 count. Trev, 1-2 count, and yours was to give your team the lead.
And mine was in 2020.
Yeah.
I got no idea, man.
Hold on.
I didn't hit
I'm
that
gonna figure
many.
this out.
I didn't hit that many in
2011.
2011.
He's got a lot of kids and a lot of charities, I believe.
A lot of kids and a lot of charities. It's not Cromartie. I don't know.
Is it CC?
That was good.
I don't know.
No.
He's on the
no.
Rangers right now. When you clipped him, he was on the Royals, Jesse. Trev, when you clipped him, he was on the Diamondbacks.
Oh yeah, I got him.
You know?
I
Will you
pumped
just
him
say who it
far too.
Who is he, Trev?
I hit the shit out. Ian Kennedy.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Nice.
there's-
I took a change piece deep. It was in Arizona. The ball freaking flies, or at least it used to.
Yeah. So that's you guys share him. You
What's your,
like that.
what's your Eskimo, bro?
Wanker, you got Kyle Hendricks, and Trev, you got Kyle Kendrick, which is close, but not the same
That
guy.
counts.
So we might half count that guy. That one. Man. Anything else we gotta go over? Like a teammate that we also need to vote for the All-Star game?
what
or
else do we need
just
to hype?
like if you're gonna give one red vote, it goes to Jesse Winker and no one else? How do you want to
No. It should go to Castellanos for sure, man. That guy is day in and day out. He's a special player to watch on both sides of the ball, and on top of that, base running as well. I've learned a lot from him. Big fan of him, man. He's awesome, and on top of that, he's got an outstanding family. I've gotten the opportunity to get to know them, and they're great people. So it should really go to him. He's awesome, man. He's outstanding.
He told Chris Rose that he doesn't have a smartphone. He's got a flip phone. Is he just on the outskirts of all the team group chats and like when you share videos with each other and inside jokes? Is he just like constantly like, what are you guys talking about? I don't know.
No, he's in the loop, man. He's cool. It is funny though, because we will get a text, like a team. We have a WhatsApp,
Yeah.
and we'll get like a schedule for the day, and he'll come up to me or whoever. He'll be like, "So what time's arrival time tomorrow?" And I'll just send the point. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Whenever, whenever.
He hasn't convinced you to ditch the smartphone?
Actually, we were just talking about that yesterday, him and I. I've thought about it. And the only thing I really need a smartphone for, now that I think about it, is I like to FaceTime my daughter, but you could do that from an iPad. So I really like the concept of no smartphone anymore, going to a flip phone. For me, I was telling him I'd go to a Sidekick because I just like how it opens.
Yeah. Felt like Inspector Gadget with a Sidekick. That was cool.
Actually, you know what, Jake, now that I think about it, you probably got one stored away somewhere. So if you just want to throw it my way, I'm sure if you go in a junk drawer or drawers or whatever you got going on, just send one my way. And, I would like to use that.
Junk drawers is also a nickname of mine. No, if the Cincinnati Reds go full non-flip phone or non-smartphone, I'm all in. I'm a Reds fan.
You don't want that.
That's true.
He proclaimed himself a Diamondbacks fan, and they lost every single game.
Tanked the franchise a little bit, but
so.
I saw that, so I kind of follow you guys from a distance. I was one of the original when you guys were doing Talkin Yanks before you blew up. I would actually go watch and listen, believe it or not. And so
love that.
I was one. Yeah, and then you guys blew up into this whole thing, and now it's kind of a full circle moment for me here, and I get to look at your beautiful art on the wall.
That's a crime scene. That's a crime scene where someone sends us mail every week, and we don't know who it is.
We're trying to connect some dots.
I come up dead.
You guys are doing a good job connecting those dots. It looks very organized and well done. So,
two suspects, both employees.
And I mean, I don't want to tie this in too much with the Yank, but you and Trevor Plouffe have the same favorite player growing up, Derek Jeter. That's pretty cool.
I think that's like everybody ever.
Yeah,
it's probably your two favorite players.
But you didn't have like 10 posters like Trev did.
Yeah.
They're mocking me right now, Jesse.
I had one Jeter poster, a couple Jeter jerseys, but like who didn't like Jeter?
What was the poster? His fist pump at short, or him touching the speech as he walked down the tunnel? Which one?
I think it was just him standing in the box, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just the classic, maybe the hand up, yeah.
Oh, the hand.
Yeah, just the him standing in the box, man. It was cool. I got to meet him one time, and I was speechless. He was a really, really cool dude. But I met him my first off season ever, right after short season, and I was training at this gym in Tampa, and he walked in, and he kind of talked to the group of minor leaguers there very briefly. It was really cool, and then I was just like, wow, like. I remember texting everybody in my family, like, I just met Jeter, but I really didn't. He just came and talked to the group, but I acted like he did. I was like, I just met Jeter. Yeah. So,
Trev, all your fond Jeter stories?
Derek was always nice to me. I just, you guys.
First name basis.
You've made this into a thing where, like, everyone thinks I hate Derek Jeter. I don't love him as much as everybody else. That's all.
Wow.
I'm a Mike Piazza, Ozzie Smith guy. Those are my favorite players growing up.
Wow.
Offense and defense.
All right, I just brought the vibe down a little bit. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was a big Paul O'Neill fan growing up too. Paul O'Neill, David Cone, had a David Cone jersey.
Ooh, David Cone's the best.
Yes.
Yeah. So I grew up. My dad was a diehard Yankee fan. So shout out Mr. Winker. But I kind of just grew up a fan of baseball, and especially a fan of like left-handed hitters as I got older.
Mm-hmm.
When Josh Hamilton was winning MVPs and hitting 40 homers, I was a big fan of his. I was in high school and, watching him, Jay Bruce, Votto. I remember watching Jay Bruce's walk-off home run, to get the Reds to clinch the division, get the Reds into the playoffs. Like I remember watching that with my dad. So there was some cool, left-handed hitters for me to watch growing up. And, there's some I just mentioned. Then, obviously got to become friends with Jay Bruce and then have Votto as a teammate and, got to learn from these guys for a really long time. So it's been cool.
How long does that relationship with Votto go from fan and like you were like, watching him as a fan to teammates? Like, is it instant? Is it takes a couple seasons?
Well, I mean, like I said, I'm trying to think. I remember when I was going to Dayton, right before I went to Dayton that year, I remember our field coordinator, who's now our bench coach, his name's Freddie Benavides. He introduced me to Jay and Joey, and I remember I made it to the home run derby in low A, and Jay Bruce texted me, and and as I got older, Jay kind of took me under his wing and just taught me, just kind of taught me how to be a pro on and off the field, and I'm still learning from him. He's awesome. But just being a young left-handed hitter, I just wanted to the best way for me to learn is just to watch, especially when you're 16, 17 years old, and those guys were, doing their thing in Cincinnati. So I was just watching, and then I got drafted by them, and it was kind of just a perfect fit for me. So it was really cool. And then, my rookie year in 17, I believe, that's when Joey came in second in the MVP, and I got to just watch him day in and day out for the last couple months of the year. Just, it was unbelievable, man, watching him and go after that MVP. It was something special to watch.
I remember, I think it was 2017 spring training. This is a true story. I was with the A's at the time, and I think we played you guys at your place, and you were there, and I just saw you at the plate, and I don't know, you hit a ball hard or whatever, and I got on first base, and Joey was there, and I said, Joey, that kid Winker, he could hit, huh? And Joey goes, yeah, we'll see. I'll never forget that.
Oh,
it turns out
perfect.
I was right.
Yeah.
Joey was kind of half right. So yeah, that was my Joey Lauder, Jesse Winker story.
You know what, Trevor? I don't know if I'd be here without you, man. So thank you for thank you for that. No, it's Joey's awesome, man. I've learned a ton from him over the years, and great teammate, great friend, and I'm very, very, very thankful for 1-9. He's a Hall of Famer, man. So I get to I've been very blessed to be able to watch a Hall of Famer day in and day out. So it's been really cool.
I was laughing pretty hard in my head. Trev opens up and he's like, I got to ask you, a guy on the Reds, someone you play with. And I feel like every Cincinnati Reds fan or player gets asked, and it's like, give me your Votto story. And I love that Trev said, Scotty Heineman. Am I right? How about Scotty?
So I believe Trevor and Scott Heineman are boys.
Oh, yeah. We are.
I heard did you send Scott like a first baseman's glove or something?
Here we go.
Yeah. I remember hearing some story about a first baseman's glove in spring training. What's that story? I think you should share that.
Is that just a hint, Trev?
I've sent him a couple different gloves. I'm talking, Rawlings, Pro Preferred stuff. I've broken in myself. Nice. Like I've used it in the show. It's ready to go. And I sent this to him. He was like begging me to send him a glove. So I finally sent him one, and he got it. And he's like, do you have another one? I don't really like this one. I'm like, are you kidding me? But no, Scott, like you said, Electric Factory. Get him in the gym and just watch him bounce off the walls a little bit. My gosh.
Yo, that guy can lift some weights, man. And he can hit the ball far, like really far.
He's a specimen.
I have a parting thought that I want to leave you with, Jesse. And you have hit 60 home runs in your career thus far.
Whoops.
That's decent.
Yeah. You'll be a free agent in 2024.
I don't know if I like where this is going, but
how does 67 home runs sound?
Oh boy.
That's how many you would hit if you were playing at Yankee Stadium. I just tracked all your doubles, triples, and fly balls to right field. You'd have 7 more.
Okay, so does that mean every game I play is in Yankee Stadium? Because what if I just would have hit them like that?
I did home doubles, triples, and field outs to right field.
So that should be that. So that's my bad. Yeah. So I tried to stump you, and I shouldn't try to stump. Stump the Schwab here. You remember that show, by the way?
Yeah,
nice.
Jake used to dream about being on that show.
You're such a stat caster. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Can I tell you something? I lied. I didn't do home and away, and I just did, and it would only be one more. So
I did stump. The Schwab.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
A key part about the Schwab's game is just lying.
Lying.
Yeah.
Lie confidently.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You'd have one more home run.
You love to have it.
This is what I'm going to say to you about this. First off,
I loved
Cincinnati Reds. Cincinnati Reds were the team that drafted me, and this city. I love this city. I love getting to represent the Reds.
Fucked up everything.
And I do not think down the road at all by any means. But I love it here, man. I'm a big fan of this city. If I got the opportunity to play here, man, it was a dream of mine to be a big leaguer. And then, now that I've gotten to play in Cincinnati and get to know everybody here, it's just, this is where I want to be. And the part 2 of that is I would have a really hard time shaving my beard.
Yeah.
Like really hard time shaving my beard. This beard, without the beard, it's not a pretty mug.
So Cashin will just have to trade for you instead of you get no choice in the matter then. That's how, if Cash is listening, that's how it'd have to go down.
I feel like this is some. Didn't Magic Johnson get in trouble for tampering?
This is tampering.
So can't we this is bad.
I'm gonna bosses. And just for clarification, I was only 2021. I did everything wrong. You'd have 2 more. Full career. So it's there.
So we went from 7 to 1 to 2. What I'm most happy about, coming on here is that I stumped you. I beat you at your own game.
Yep. You did.
It's like you just threw a fastball by me, but you can't.
Well, alley's always open if you want to come play blitzball. When you play the Mets.
So you play baseball,
right.
dude.
So if you want to come,
I like how you guys did that in unison. By the way. This,
Well,
by the way, it's actually not open. You just got a letter from the landlord saying you can't play.
Well, Trev, there's a lot of alleys in the Bronx, Trev, and
so
we're currently hunting new ones.
I want to tell everybody who comes on this show in the future that Trevor's on your side. That you two are the enemy.
Yeah. Well, it's Jeter fans versus non-Jeter fans.
Right. So I watched you guys just touch feet together and said your little alley's always open thing. Like, I'm on to you guys, man. I'm on to you.
Hey.
I'm on. And it's me sending you all the mail.
Well, our feet barely touch the ground. They can't touch each other. All right. Well, 2 more.
Everybody go vote for Jesse Winker. Let's go.
Yeah. Thank you very much for sitting down with us, man. We appreciate it.
Highest OPS.
I appreciate you.
Highest OPS of your draft class. I just want to see if there was any fun draft class stuff. So if you want to brag about that to anyone, you can.
That was a loaded draft class, by the way. That 2012 draft class, man. It was filled with talent. A lot of really outstanding players there. But thank you for that. I appreciate that. And I'd like a little hat. Like the hat Trevor's got on. So throw one of those my way. Don't mind.
When you
got you.
Hey, can you give me like 15 to 20 of them? I'd like to get
are you spelling riders with a Y or an I? Because we can make a design on that too if you want.
It's an I.
Just want to make sure.
And you can put it on the hat, but I just want to let you know you're still not in.
Oh yeah. That's my life.
It's he's a righty grouper.
We'll talk offline, Jess. I know you're just saying this because it's Jimmy and Jake. You don't want to involve everybody. We'll talk offline.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thanks, man.
Later, Jess.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
That was awesome. Baseball. Wow. That was Jesse Winker, a writer. We're not in the crew yet, but I think Jake and I might be getting scooters and just tailing them 2 blocks away until eventually they notice us on their, they notice us, and then we get closer, and then there's a big red light stoppage, and it's like, oh, we're all at the same corner now. And then we cross the street together, and then, we're in. So we'll be riders. Trev, I don't know, it was a hard no to you.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I think it was just like there was too many of us. If I get one-on-one, I might be able to change his mind. I'm just thinking about Amir Garrett on a scooter. He's too big for a scooter. They need like a different scooter for him.
It is a small man's game.
Yeah. Always has been. Thanks, Jesse.
Dude. Hey, for real though, he was awesome.
Yeah. All these spin rate graphics that are coming out are so awesome. Have you seen these, Trev? Do they just rile you up?
Yeah.
Did you see this Codify baseball one that just came out with the velocity and the spin? And from June,
it just goes straight down.
It's a waterfall. It's honestly looks like you walk up a cliff and hike it, and then you like jump into the waterfall. They're cliff diving, the spin rates.
Pitchers are still complaining.
Always, Trev.
I don't know how you watch that or see a chart like that and then still complain about it.
Yeah. Me neither, man. You brainwashed me to hate pitchers. And I don't know. I kind of am mad at you about it. But you've also opened my eyes a little bit.
What's funny is I hung out with a lot of pitchers.
Yeah.
But they get on my nerves a lot because some of the stuff they do.
It's because they're the talkers on the team because they only have to pitch. They only have to play one every 5 days.
They're just a different breed, man. Pitchers.
Field your position. Simple.
Nah.
It's everyone's job.